Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU and this is war that we are fighting right now. And war always changes. Sometimes somebody just crosses the line and is asking to be beaten down to the pulp, to the ground, grinded like a grindstone. Actually, you probably don't grind the grindstones, but you grind with a grindstone. But I'm gonna grind him as if I were grinding a grindstone to a grinded version of grindstone, so that would be little pebbles, maybe? Either way, he's gonna be pebbles. Yeah, that. Of course, I'm not talking about a hero from Han. I'm talking about... Okay, I'll just shut up right now because I'm embarrassing myself. Astronomy 110 away. That's not related to war at all. What am I saying? Shepherds are very low on health, and the problem is there is a Galeas and two Carvels nearby. And together they might actually have enough firepower to kill my musketman. But if I retreat him over here, then they'll still have the power to kill him. On the other hand, if I fortify, then I'll heal and have a defensive bonus, which potentially will save me. Especially considering the fact that I can kill one of those Carvels by attacking from the city. But before I do any of this, let's actually not start with war. War is negative and you know what? F this. Let's just let the people ban. And start by opening fire with my Huacha. Let's get a one-hit kill. Actually, let's have a quick look, because I didn't check how much damage my city and my Huacha did. That's 43 estimated damage, and that is 50. So the city actually does more damage, but keep in mind, of course I'm gonna defend Huachas, and I'm gonna say that the reason why my city is doing so good is because I have extra range strength when I have a garrison unit in a city. So yeah, otherwise Huacha would be way stronger. Either way, I think it's, now I have yet another reason to grab a last hit with a Huacha, because Huacha does slightly less damage in this scenario, so City is going to deal more damage to the undamaged Carvel, and thus make it deal less damage than otherwise it could deal. If that made any sense in any language. I don't think it did, but hey, let's try it. Alright, meanwhile I'm losing a lot of gold. Those knights, I don't think I need them. I was thinking that the enemy may want to try and embark on my land. I mean, trying to attack me with swordsmen and stuff, but apparently they didn't. That's another very big problem. Mombasa want me to demand tribute from Sofia. Ain't gonna happen, Mombasa. Mombasa, yeah, you. I was talking to you. Another capture, a point, also known as policy. Very nice. Free thought is going to boost my sense considerably. By a bit, I would say. I think it was like, I didn't look at it before I acquired this policy, but I think it was like 212 or something, so I still gained quite a bit of science per turn from this deal, so I'm very happy about this. And this bonus is also going to increase, because it's a percentage bonus, and those kind of bonus I tend to increase in quite a steady rate, especially once I make observatory in Sabera Shipa. Alright then, First Congress of London, I would rename it to something like Sheep Through All or something. But whatever. I actually do not have any voting powers this time around, because hey, somebody stole all my allied city-states. Ellie. I'm talking to you, Ellie. You should apologize. But regardless, Pedro and whatever his name is actually have 9 delegates together, so I wouldn't get a second place either way. But what I can do is choose a host. Now I need to think carefully, because no matter what, it is guaranteed that England is going to win. They have 10 votes, they're gonna vote for themselves, and I can almost guarantee that everybody else is also going to vote for themselves. AI is pretty dumb in this regard, and they rarely, if ever, vote for somebody else, unless it's a diplomat to convince them otherwise. Or unless they're incredibly dependent on another faction, and I have never seen that by myself, honestly. Theoretically, you could expect those two to be together, but then again, as I said, they are AI, they are reasonably stupid. I don't think they'll do anything of the sort. So, even if they did, they would still only have 9 votes. And Austria and Inca are not friends of those two, I don't think. So either way, no matter what happens, England wins. So what I can do, I can vote for somebody else, or I can vote for England. My vote will not change anything, but improve my relationship with the faction that I'm going to vote on. Now, because I can see a potential long-term ally in Austria, I'm tempted to vote for Austria just because I would like her to be my ally. She is fairly weak, yes, but that's good because she is a little threat to me as a direct result. I do not have to compete with her, and she's more likely to actually agree to, how's it called, research agreements because she is weak. AI, when it's strong, usually rejects cooperation agreement propositions from player, because it hits every player ever. So helping Austria out is fairly nice, but let's have a quick look at how much they like me already. England is fairly neutral to me. Honestly, I can see why. I'm relatively far away from them, they're much closer to those three guys, and I care about Inca quite a bit from what I remember. So I don't have to worry about England attacking me, even if I don't vote for them. Meanwhile, Austria is also neutral to me. Obviously, I'm not gonna vote for anybody else, so I'm tempted to vote for Austria. I'm just gonna have a quick look at diplomacy overview, see if anything changed, if somebody is allied with something or whatnot, or friends with Brazil, Polynesia. That's about it. Austria is not an enemy of anybody, with the exception of the Inca. I'm tempted to be ally of Austria, especially since they, I don't think, have as much tourism as England does. Yeah, they have slightly less. So if we open our borders and whatnot to each other, I will still not get as huge of a tourism hit from Austria as I would from England. So I think trying to ally up with Austria, which I don't plan on attacking anyway, is probably a good idea. So let's vote for Austria. That was a very, very long talk from me. Long talk. You know, I've been talking for a fairly long time about why I'm going to vote for somebody. But hey, that's one of the reasons why I'm making this videocast. I think it is very important to always explain to the viewers why you do something, to always try and talk about your train of thoughts, right? So that when you do something, everybody knows why you did it, instead of just being like, oh, there is a musketman, there's another musketman, there is a boat. This is like the worst commentary ever, and it takes a very special kind of character to make it work, and usually this kind of character means that somebody doesn't just state the obvious that's on the screen, but just says things that are irrelevant to the game and just funny on their own. Yeah, I'm talking about Jesse Cox. No offense, I really like Jesse Cox. I think his videos are mostly hilarious and I love watching them. But professionalism-wise, he's not the best. I still like his videocast, as I said. He's not very professional in that regard. Or very good, but nobody cares. Honestly, he's not there to be good or professional. He's there to be... It's rude to say, but he's kinda cheap entertainment-esque, except he's even cheaper than that because you don't have to pay to watch his videocasts. You do have to watch ads, unless you have used ad block, in which case I encourage you not to, because he's not like me. He makes a living out of those ads. He needs you to watch those ads, and it's seriously, it's 30 minutes of, 30 seconds of your life tops for a video. It's not a lot, really. And it's usually like 5 seconds because you can skip those ads if they even display. Sometimes they are just answer the button on the screen right here. You can watch it. It helps people out. Just be generous towards other... You know, they are putting a lot of work into the videocast and they deserve it. I'm okay with you unblocking my content. I'm not making a living out of this. That's the only reason why I'm potentially okay with that. But... I mean, not potentially okay, I'm just okay, although I have to admit, if you were not to block my ads, I would be very happy because, hey, that's a little bit extra money that I can use of something that I might fancy, or maybe a giveaway in the future, because as I told you, all the giveaways I made thus far, except a few exceptions, are games that I purchased with the money I got from ads, so yeah. Anyway, got painting. I don't know why I'm going so much off topic today. Actually, that's the first time I went off topic today, so never mind. I just realized. I was previously talking on topic, but just relatively boring topic, whereas we actually have a war to fight, and this war, ladies and gentlemen, I'm obliterating the Polynesian Navy. Too bad that those are very old, outdated ships, and I know for a fact, and we all know, that Polynesia has way better ships that they are willing to send at me and just smash me into bits and pieces. That's okay though, honestly. I'm gonna make a mine here. I know trading post here might be better in the long run or even short run, but I want a mine because it's closer and I'll start working on it already. And I am also the kind of guy. That's why. Only reason. You should usually probably go for trading posts first for the extra science and gold. Anyway, as I was saying, it still feels a little bit nice to just, you know, annoy your opponent, even though it's possible that Polynesia is just throwing things at me just to get rid of the gold loss they have from extensive military. And that's a fair point. I'm losing a lot of gold myself, and I would like not to because... Let's actually close this window right now. Because I don't want to disband this military. I need it against Brazil. At the same time, it's not strong enough to take over Rio de Janeiro. Not at all. It has 51 strength right now, which is a very big amount. I cannot compare it to anything per se. Either way, even making a comparison wouldn't work too well because cities aren't exactly like any other typical unit in this game. Trust me when I say this, however, 51 military strength on a city makes it almost impossible to conquer unless you have an extensive amount of ship distraction units and also a fair bit of other units that can clear out units surrounding a city that you want to take. And you have to acknowledge the fact that you are going to suffer considerable losses. It's gonna happen no matter what. Alright, anyway, losing a lot of gold, partially because of my trade routes being destroyed. As you can see, I only have one going right now, which is kind of bad. In 3 turns I'll have a bank, but this will be fairly late. 4 turns again, hamper, but this is also a bit late. So what can I do? I can disband military. I'm not going to do this. So what are my other options? I can potentially, let's have a quick look at my queue. Yeah, I'm going for a massive military spree, but it's not going to work too well for me right now because of my money problem. What I do need, however, are cargo ships. What I'm trying to figure out is if I can make cargo ships relatively quickly in pasture. The answer is 4 turns is relatively slow. I think I'll make cargo ships in pasture, but after I make one cargo ship in Siberia Shipa and use it to transfer goods, aka production, to pasture to boost its production. A reason why I don't want to make too many cargo ships in Siberia Shipa now is fairly simple. I just want to use the city as my source of military production, which I do want to keep at a higher level, just because I want to be ready to hit Brazil as soon as possible. The longer I wait, the closer Brazil is to getting their specialized, unique unit that will wipe my army out no matter what I do. Also, I'm actually thinking about upgrading my horses to cannons just to be able to take out Rio de Janeiro as much as it hurts me to do so. Anyway, right. But with that said, I'm still suffering from a money problem. If I go to gold focus, I lose much less gold, 10 less gold, which is fairly nice. I do not work on a workshop, I do not work in university either, however, which is a mad problem. I'm only losing 32 science from this, which is actually quite a lot. But I think I may need to do this, and this will buy me enough time to actually get a bank, get a harbor, and probably get into positive income. Barely, but still. Also, I'll get my trading post in 2 turns, which means that I'll have yet another piece of gold. It will be okay-ish. I think it will be okay-ish. Also, by the way, Budapest, you're supposed to be renamed. You don't deserve to be called Budapest, even though it is a city that I always wanted to visit, but I never had a chance and money to, but I kind of want to visit it anyway. So, let's think. I've got Siberia Shipa, I've got pasture. So, now I need... There we go, Saliva Glands. Why on earth do they go for Saliva Glands? Don't ask me, because I don't have the slightest idea. I just thought of a sheep and I thought what I think about when I think sheep. And Saliva Glands is what came to my mind. Don't know why. I seriously have no idea why. Whatever. Saliva is a cool thing anyway. I mean, without saliva we would be pretty dry. So, wow, that's a good argument packing. Congratulations. Anyway, science-wise, what do I want to go for next? It's a fair question. I'm very tempted to go for industrialization. I can't go for Big Ben because I don't have commerce, and I don't think I want to grab commerce just to get Big Ben, even though Big Ben is really good, pretty good. But it's not worth it. I need to max out rationalism, and then I'll probably want to save it for, how's it called? How is it called? Ideological tenants, right, because they are very powerful, the way I see it. So there's that. Navigation I don't need. I don't think I'll be in too much of a naval warfare because Brazil barely has any ships. And turtle ships, I'll make like 1 or 2 turtle ships, and there should be enough to protect my embarked units from Polynesia attacks. I can't go across oceans anyway, so yeah. Actually, maybe I can. Oh yeah, I can go across oceans. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, and actually I just realized something that is... Wow, okay. So, Australia is supposed to give you access to cargo, which can cross oceans, and this is the way you can cross oceans the fastest in this game, because embarking units and making them travel oceans like this takes forever and ever. I just realized how badly they nerfed Korea. I mean, Korea is pretty powerful anyway, but how badly they nerfed them with their turtle ships, because turtle ships, not only they are fairly weak in my eyes, I mean, they're tough to take out, yes. But I already explained why I believe they are weak. But the other thing is, they cannot enter oceans, so no scouts for you. I just realized that. Wow, this is harsh. But then again, Korea is still in my eyes the second most powerful civ in the game, so I'm okay with that. But on the other hand, because I love Korea in real life, I kinda want it to be stronger. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, tech! Let's talk about this, let's focus. So, I am honestly tempted to go for dynamite. Because, hey, chemistry is good. Not only I gain access to cannon, but I also get bonus from nothing pretty much. I don't think I have any masters of yet, or manufacturers, or anything. But fertilizer is pretty good. I would get a lot of food bonus, so that's good. And obviously dynamite, I don't need to explain why I want this. This would make conquering city-states, I mean cities of any description very easy. But I'm not ready for it yet. Scientific Fury is tempting as well, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Pelec School, a very powerful thingy. It gives you a lot of science. Also increases my nothing, because my academy science was destroyed. Polynesia. What other options do I have? Industrialization. And I think I'm gonna go for it, just because it gives you access to factories. Factories, you have, if you have 3 of them, you can start your own ideology. If you are first to start an ideology of a particular type, you get 2 free tenants, which is a big deal, and I want 2 free tenants. So, industrialization. I could have rushed it way faster, but I needed to stabilize my economy and research by grabbing other things first, so that's why I didn't. But now I'm gonna go for it, definitely. Next, I think Scientific Fury is something I want to grab, just for the extra science, especially with the combo with the observatory. This will be crazy. And then I'll definitely rush for dynamite. I might change the other around, I'm not too sure yet. Alright then, what next? Oh, musketman. Just keep walking slowly towards this end of the peninsula, or the island, because I'm on an island that actually, I just realized, it looks kinda-ish like Japan. I know I pronounced this in a very awkward manner, but still, it is kinda similar to Japan, you have to admit. It's a little bit like Japan meets UK, so, kinda, maybe? Not UK, I mean UK, yeah. A bit, no, it's just Japan. Slightly, okay, terramorphed and whatnot, but still it kinda reminds me of this. So, if that's Japan, then this is actually a peninsula. This is like Korean-Japanese war again! I'm making this comparison, except this time Korea is apparently on an island attacking a peninsula. And it's attacking Brazil instead of Japan. And it is attacking instead of being attacked. So it's not like this war at all, but I'm still going to compare the two because I can. Alright, let's start talking about nonsense, because this videocast is fairly lengthy already. And actually skip the 10. I know those turns are fairly slow, but because of the hit my economy took, for some reason, probably because people pillaged my trade routes, I'm going to continue taking forever to finish my turns, because, quite frankly, I need to. Either way, this videocast has been actually long enough. Not very long of a videocast, I know, but I have to do something quite badly. So I'm gonna end it right here. Thank you very much for watching. I'm so broke. Wow, yeah. Either way, if you somehow managed to enjoy my videos, then you know what to do. Comments, likes, all those help me quite a bit. I like reading them, I like responding to them as well. Even if I sometimes don't, then trust me, I still like responding to them. So either way, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you online.